I couldn't believe it. Under Roc Nation, Leonard McKelvey, a.k.a. it says known professionally as Charlamagne the God, according to how they tried to submit this to the New York State government, they claim that Leonard McKelvey was a part of whatever Roc Nation was going to do.
All right. We got your boy Akademiks claiming that he has proof that Charlamagne the God has been working with Jay-Z to take him down. You better like the video. You better subscribe. Let's get into this right now.
I want to give a quick recap before I get into this. I'm not going to make this a long thing. Y'all going to take this and do what y'all want to do with it. This all started from Charlamagne the God, who I've always looked up to. Charlamagne gave me my first interview in this industry as someone that was in this industry, 2013. He's always been someone who I could reach out to, talk to, kind of, ask questions, whatever. He's also reached out and given me some advice. It's always been good. Don't know necessarily how the nature of our relationship has kind of, evolved, but, we've never had any issues. And, or maybe I think, because I'm looking at everything from my perspective. I've never heard him say anything, I get a call from Charlamagne about a couple weeks ago, damn near a month ago. And he tells me there's some people passing around some documents that seem to be saying that you're getting paid for campaigns. And I told y'all about 2 streams ago, I'm like, the inconsistent thing about this quote unquote warning he gave me or was trying to give me is that every time he was trying to give me a warning, it jumped to something else. Hey, I'm just warning you because people around you are stealing from you. Huh? Well, I don't believe that. Oh, well, I'm just warning you because people are taking money from politics and they're spreading propaganda. What? We don't do stuff in politics. Bro, I'm just warning you because you see your man's over there? It's moving. The last iteration of this is, bro, I'm just warning you because look, Wall Street Journal is talking about poly market. I've never worked with poly market. Just warning you. Yo, they just served your man in Australia. Now, I think I've been open and honest. And I think that's what's always going to be, I always said my friend's always going to be my downfall. It's never an enemy. But that's why I think Roc Nation try to use a friend. Or someone I think is a friend. I repeatedly questioned Charlamagne what he was trying to even warn me about or what he was trying to say or who he was trying to warn me for. Are you trying to say because I'm cool with Drake? Are you trying to say because I got a OVO chain? Are you trying to say because I'm cool with Grand? Are you trying to say because we rock with Steak? What is it? Couldn't get a definitive answer for nothing. Who is it? Couldn't get a definitive answer for anything. I stop him in his tracks. I said, I know where this is coming from. It's Roc Nation. You know what he says to me on the phone? Why would you think that Jay-Z would even think about you? He's too high up. He don't think about you. He don't think about Drake. He's too high up in the sky. He don't care about nothing. A week later, I see Jay-Z on stage. He's rapping about everything Charlamagne told me in the conversation. Odd. Charlamagne tells me, yo, man, Roc Nation wouldn't have no problems with you. I said, really? So now I'm like, this is like gaslighting. I'm like, maybe I'm just making this shit up. So stop bringing up some actual proof. Hey, I did an 8-hour deposition. They're typing in the background. The lawyer saying, send this to Desiree, da-da-da. Charlamagne does me one better. Remember, my downfall will always be my friends, never an enemy. Charlamagne says, if I get you on the phone with them, would you do it? I said, if you do it, of course. You're my mans. You're my media idol. He said, I'm going to call up there. He said, I'm going to bring this to the extreme top. I said, what you mean? He said, even if I got to talk to Jay, I'm pretty sure Jay don't know nothing about what's going on. But if I got to talk to Jay, I'm going to talk to Jay. First thing I'm thinking, damn, he could call Jay. All right, whatever, cool. I'm like, maybe I'm still a little nuts. You know how Drake said in that song about J. Cole? You ain't call me back? Still waiting on the call back. He had said Monday. It's been like 3 Mondays after. It's okay. But anyway, as the twists and turns are happening, and now they're talking about Poly marketing, Aiden Ross, and now, you know, I think they're kind of lessening off of the Drake stuff, but then they throw his name in there. Sometimes like, well, Drake rapped about Poly market. I'm like, a lot of this is surrounding like gambling. I thought that was hypocritical. I remember Charlamagne, who was advocating for Jay-Z to get a casino in Times Square. But the birdie, the Roc Nation Mo, who hit me, said, Ak, it gets deeper than that. This is what they said. They said, did your media idol, your buddy old pal, did your media goat, the guy you call a friend, did he tell you his full involvement with Roc Nation? I said, full involvement? Nigga ain't got no involvement. Nigga, he said he called me as my friend. He said we're friends. He said we're friends. And today, I dispatched the entire team. I tell Grant, grab like 50 clippers. I tell my other mans over there, yo, we're getting on our reading shit. Let's figure it out. Dispatch the entire team. We need to get to the bottom of this shit. And chat, less than an hour of searching, my heart fell to my stomach, gang. I couldn't believe it, chat. I couldn't believe it. Now, I know this is the style of Jay-Z, but I hate to put my own mans on a Summer Jam screen. But we got to go back. So if you don't know, you guys can go to nycasinos.ny.gov and you can look at all the people who applied. Remember I told you Charlamagne seems to have some fixation with I told you it's the first time Jay-Z ever caught an L with the casino thing. But he has some fixation with not only defending them now, defending them then. He seems to be still trying to do some casino. Like, it's weird. I can't tell what his angle is. But he claims he's not a shill. He's not a mouthpiece. He's not a puppet for Roc Nation. Now, I want to show you the URL that you guys could go look. This is not made up. And I'm on this site and I'm like, all right, let's figure it out. And you know, it's kind of it's broken down by all these applicants here. There was one that withdrew, and these were they didn't make it to the final round because they weren't approved by the Community Advisory Committee, which means the community told them no. One of those applicants were Caesar Palace Times Square. Now everything here is public, but I'm gonna be honest with you. It took for me to realize this is better than me throwing up Charlamagne's Roc Nation badge on the Summer Jam screen. I'm gonna just throw up the federal filing. Fuck it. So I'm on this site. I'm like, okay. And I say, let's look at the application materials. Let's kind of get into this. This cannot be edited. You'll see. It says newyorkcasinos.ny.gov. Okay. I said, well, they sent out the new Roc Nation talking points, and Wayno looked like he was so quick to make a video. He read the part they said, do not include telling people that Charlamagne had some financial interest in this casino. He fucking read the whole thing out. Thank you, Wayno. I knew, listen, I know you've been, Jay-Z's your guy, but I knew that everyday struggle training was going to come out of you sometime, okay? Thank you. But even then, I didn't believe it because I heard someone say, nah, that's not true. So I go digging for the truth. Now, there's a bunch of stuff that is filed with the New York government, okay? And when I go down, I said, let me look at the owners. Let me look at the owners. I click here. Okay, we're going to find out who owns this casino. Let's finally figure out, does my media goat own this casino? I scroll down a little bit more, and under Roc Nation, it reads these names: Sean Carter, Desiree Perez, Jana Fleshman, Angela Rye, Alicia Keys, And that's not my motherfucking media goat, Leonard McKelvey, aka Charlamagne, not under the Roc Nation banner. No! No! We got him, y'all. We got him. We got him, y'all. We got him, y'all. Chat, I refreshed this page 40 times. I couldn't believe it. No. I refreshed this shit 40 times, chat. I couldn't believe it. Under Roc Nation, Leonard McKelvey, aka, it says, known professionally as Charlamagne the God, according to how they tried to submit this to the New York State government, they claim that Leonard McKelvey was a part of whatever Roc Nation was going to do. Chat.
Man, I fell down to my knees when the law came.
I couldn't believe this shit. I couldn't believe this shit, Chad. I couldn't believe this shit, bro. I felt like when your rage caught his man stealing 100K. I couldn't believe it, bro. I couldn't believe it, bro. Keep in mind, it could have had Charlamagne's name just somewhere else, under a different category. By the way, what Wayno said is also not true. He said Charlamagne was there for himself. No, according to the proposal, him or anyone else, they were there because Roc Nation. They have financial interest, but they're under the banner of Roc Nation. Do you think he forgot to mention to his friend me, hey, by the way, I'm on a legal document of declaration that I am under the umbrella of Roc Nation for the casino proposal that was just turned down a few months ago. Do you think my friend forgot to tell me that? Do you think he forgot? You know, I drink a lot. Maybe he drinks too. Do you think he forgot? What do y'all think? Do you think he forgot? My media go try to slime me out, man. This is crazy. He's been working with my biggest ops the whole time, and he told me he don't got no affiliation. The only thing they said was a little weird. It was like, nah, I could call up there. I could call all of them. Somebody said you probably recorded a conversation. You think Charlotte wore a wire? Checking for a wire or earpiece? Charlamagne been defending Jay-Z's hair, his slam poetry performance. He been defending Target. God damn. All to say he got nothing to do with Jay-Z. Now we see him in black and white. We see him in the government files. It says Roc Nation.
All right, now look, it is crazy to see Charlamagne's name on these government documents being in cahoots with Jay-Z, because for years he's been saying, you know, I'm a fan. It's nothing more than that. Well, we got proof that you working with Roc Nation now. But let's be honest, if we just use our common sense and we see him with that paper plane hat on all the time, I think Ak should have known something was going on. Not to say that, you know, they're trying to take Ak down. I'm just saying you should know that Charlamagne is real cool with Roc Nation and he real cool with Jay-Z. And I think he's been that way for a very long time. Now you just got it on paper and you see it. But for me, this whole back and forth between Akademiks and Charlamagne, it's been going on for about, you know, maybe a month, but really it's kind of been secretly going on for months. You know what I'm saying? Just little tidbits here and there, people waiting for somebody to say something. Now they talking, and to me it's like, y'all are too big not to just have a conversation. And at this point, we need to see that conversation. Y'all both got big platforms. We need to see a Charlamagne and Akademiks interview. We need to see that. We might even need to see it with a moderator. Y'all might need to do a joint interview together on somebody else's platform. Okay? But at this point, I'm like, all right. We got to the point where we searching on websites, trying to find documents, and we trying to figure out who said this, and a little birdie is calling Akademiks and saying, at this point, bro, I'm tired of the back and forth. Y'all need to sit down, tell each other what y'all think about each other, and then figure out if y'all gonna be cool moving forward. Because to me, I really don't see a world where Akademiks and Charlamagne just can't work together. They might not like each other, they might not trust each other, but I still think they're going to keep a working relationship. Same thing with Joe Budden and Charlamagne. Do I think they're in the greatest place friend wise? No, but I think if the bag was big enough, you would see Joe Budden and Charlamagne. You might not see them do a year wrap up no more, because that might not be a big bag for them anymore, right? Joe getting a lot of money, Charlamagne getting a lot of money. But if the bag was right, the opportunity was right, the platform was right, enough eyes would be watching them. Let's say if somebody was like, we want Charlamagne and Joe Budden to host the Grammys. Yes, they would do that. You see what I'm saying? And the same thing with Akademiks and Charlamagne. If the bag is right, they'll be cool. But this whole little Twitter page thing and all of this other stuff, let's just get the interview and get it over with. Okay? Y'all tell me what y'all think about this. Do y'all think Ak should have known this already? Do y'all feel like this is a big discovery from Ak? Make sure y'all like the video and subscribe. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.